Okay, guys, continuing on for 1.7, we have compound inequalities. And that's this type where we have two of these inequality symbols. And it works the same way. We're going to treat it like similar to an equation. We're going to remember to flip signs when we multiply or divide by negative. It's just whatever we do to the middle, we have to do both to the left side and the right side. Okay, so no big deal. So if I want the x here, if I want to know what x can range between, I'll go ahead and I'll subtract 2 from both sides, or all sides, I should say, so that negative 9 is less than 3x is less than 3. Okay, so we're right here now. And if I divide everything by 3, I don't have to flip any signs, so that negative 3 is less than x is less than 1. So notice what I have right here. If I want the graph of this, okay, so here's our graph. Okay, it looks like this, from negative 3 to 1. We're not including those points. So we're just talking about all values in here. If you want your solution in a nice, neat interval notation, which you should, then we're going from negative 3, not including, to 1, also not including. And of course, to check these, you could always check some values in here. I mean, if I can see right now, if I put 0 in, then that would say negative 7 is less than 2 is less than 5. That would be true. That makes me feel a little bit better about this answer if I'm a little unsure. You can check different values. For B, I have 1 is less than or equal to 4x minus 5 divided by negative 1 is less than 9. So how do I get the x? Well, I better take care of that negative 1. I could multiply each side by negative 1. So that's exactly what I'll do. Times negative 1, multiply here by negative 1, and multiply here by negative 1. But what do I have to remember to do? I need to remember to flip these signs. Okay? So now I have negative 1 is greater than or equal to 4x minus 5 is greater than negative 9. And that makes sense because negative 1 is greater than negative 9. If I want to flip these, this wouldn't make sense. Okay? From here, same deal as the last time. So I'm going through, I'm seeing 4 is greater than or equal to 4x, which is greater than negative 9 plus 5, which is negative 4. Divide everything by 4, and we get here. Or, if you like it in this order, which I do, we can write it like this. And once again, we can go ahead and we can say, okay, well, here's my graph that represents such a solution. And we're going from negative 1 to 1, not including negative 1, and including 1. And we want everything in between. From there, it's easy to write our answer in interval notation. And that answer is negative 1 to 1, but we're including the 1. So we're right here, okay? So that does it for these. The next video, we're going to start looking at higher order inequalities where we have we have quadratics, cubics, things like that, how we deal with those guys.